Mike, review for me, if you would, the different kinds of field sobriety tests. Be specific.
Okay, Jim. Well, first of all, there's several different kinds of field sobriety tests a police officer will use to establish probable cause, which we were talking about earlier. There's only 3, however, which are approved by NHTSA. NHTSA stands for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They've developed 3 tests that they say have some sort of scientific reliability. Those tests are the HGN, which is called the horizontal gaze nystagmus, the walk and turn test, where you walk a straight line 9 steps, come back 9 steps, and then finally the one leg stand, where you stand on one leg and count to 30.
Right. Now, there's also what is it called, an ALCO sensor, a sway test. Now, what are all these about?
There's other tests that police officers are optional tests that they can use to establish probable cause. None of these have been approved by NHTSA. Now, the NHTSA tests, police officers need to be trained on these in order to have any sort of certification to conduct these tests. Because the big thing about these NHTSA approved tests, again, the HGN, the walk and turn, and the one leg stand, is that they have to be performed correctly in order to have that scientific reliability.
And you went through all this training, the NHTSA certification or whatever's done, you're familiar with this, so you can talk firsthand to clients about the fact of, well, there are ways to do this right, and there are ways that it can be administered incorrectly. And what effect can that have?
Well, it has a lot of effect. And police officers, I'll say first of all, police officers are trained in one of 2 areas. Either they're trained through their BLE training, which is their basic law enforcement training, or they go through a 24-hour NHTSA course to get that certification. I went through and was trained and went through the same 24-hour course. Now, the important part of it is there is, at least NHTSA claims, there is some scientific reliability. But NHTSA also says in order for this scientific reliability to be there, they must perform these tests exactly as they're trained to do.
All the more reason that if you're stopped for DWI, you need to call the Dummit law firm, because this is one of those technical issues that something might have not been done just exactly right, and you want to check and see about what effect this might have on the case.